Paris Karchuma here, driver of the twin-turbo Corvette from the USA here at World Time Attack. I've had this chassis for 6 years now, and it's gone through a lot of different changes and stages over the years. The biggest one was when Garrett came on board and we twin-turboed the car. Since then, we've racked up 28 track records across the US, luckily, and just kind of like, go out and have a good time, show the fans what Time Attack's all about, and try to better the car every time we go out. Ever since I started looking into Time Attack, I originally looked at the RP968. I stumbled across it. I didn't know at the time what it was. I just was like, I want to get into Time Attack, let's Google it. And so RP968 came up, a couple other really big Time Attack cars came up, and I started just to know, okay, eventually this would be really cool of a direction to go down. I didn't actually think I was ever going to come here to Australia and compete at World Time Attack, but yeah, somehow everything aligned. We got faster and faster throughout the years, got more and more support, and now we're here. The biggest thing is Garrett. I mean, I couldn't be here without the support of Garrett. Not only of their support with the turbos and the intercoolers and all the fun stuff, but the actual support to bring me here to Australia to compete at the event, meet all the distributors, and it's just been a blast. We got the car, they took it off the front splitter at the port, damaged a couple things, lost some bolts, but we got it back together. They hooked us up at the garage with these guys. Now they're here helping me, so they kind of orchestrated everything for me. And yeah, we went to M-Tron, got on the dyno. Now we're here turning laps. Day one practice is today, and I spent a lot of time on the sim, probably close to 200 hours trying to learn the track. I wanted to get here and be comfortable, and I was. As soon as I got on the track, this turn, as intimidating as it is, it really wasn't that intimidating. And granted, I did lift, I did kind of just coast through it, but just getting the nerves out, getting around the turn, the track itself is very tricky. There's a lot of little things and ways you need to set up the car that I didn't really notice in the sim. Kind of when you simulator drive, you kind of can just throw the car around and just do it and do sight laps. And this car didn't like that. So I kind of had to do a little bit different, take the actual line. And some of the turns are forever long. You feel like you're just in the turn, just waiting. And and in a car like this, when it's making this much power, you kind of just can't power through it. You just kind of have to wait. So just a really, really fun time. I thought I'd have a lot more nerves and just, all I really have is excitement to be here, and everyone here has been so great. The guys at M-Tron's been great. The guys with the RP's been great. Everyone helping me here has been great. I'm typically a one-man show, and Garrett organized all this for me to come, and they got people to help me out. And man, I've probably never been able to do this and have the people working on the car behind me before, and just to take that off my mind for a split second and kind of just have a conversation is just so different and refreshing for me that it's like I don't even know. It's like a weight off my shoulders, but we're talking right now and I'm just thinking about what's going on back here. People are competing, we're competitors, but for people just to openly help and open their shops up and offer their services, I mean, it's amazing. The people here are so friendly. Sometimes in the U.S. we get a little bit too competitive, and we're all friends, but we still want to beat each other, and that seems to be the opposite here. Everyone just wants to help each other out, wants to see everybody go fast. And I mean, I got out of my car earlier today, and Tim Slade was walking up and talking to me, and I'm like, no way, this is cool. So yeah, it's kind of super refreshing here. We had a little bit of evolution throughout the day through practice. I kept it relatively low on boost, just trying to make it through and just learn the track in general. I'm picking up time, just kind of piecing it together and figuring the track out. When I went out that last time, I had a little bit of traffic, kind of the last two turns. I was just kind of waiting, hoping they would see me as I approached. But in Time Attack, sometimes you're just focused on your lap. I'm guilty of it, everybody is. And we came across with a 28.6. So good to know that we're already in the 20s with our 6 laps or so around this track, and we still have a lot of boost and a lot of horsepower to turn it up to. The downside was I had to put on sticker tires. I ended up cording a tire in session number 2, and I really didn't want to put on sticker tires for this last session, but I did need the practice. So good to know that where the grip is on sticker tires, and going in tomorrow, we know that we can be faster than a 28. guess for our first time here, we went out session 1 and we laid down 28, I think like 7 or something, and put us in P1. Went back in, did a little bit of improvements on the car, went back out to do a 27.5, and then finished off the day with a 27.0. So slight bits of improvements every time we went out, trying to pick apart the track, but it's kind of difficult really. I mean, I can't really figure this track out in such a short period of time. So just trying to learn. Overnight, we had a little bit of issues. The under tray of the car, I guess, fell down and separated from the front leading edge, and we were kind of dragging it, and we didn't really see that until we were ready to go. Of the car up to take the wheels off, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. So picked up the car, took it off, and it kind of just banged it out, put it back together, and yeah, got it ready for this morning. We went back out this morning. We had the tires on the warmers ready to go. We went out, and the car just didn't really want to grip up for turn 1, and then I pushed it a little bit further for 2, and just kind of went too deep, and I knew that lap was ruined. Came back to finish up, start another lap, and the session was red flagged. So didn't really get a lap in. That was like the money session. Everyone was going faster. I'm like, all right, let's get a 26. Yeah, so we really didn't get to improve at all. Hopefully, the next couple sessions we drop some time, but we're still sitting P1. We have the new old Hammerhead on our tail, and I believe the Carbon GTR right after that.
Ripping the wall since it felt like this. Ripping the wall since it felt like this. Ripping the wall since it felt like
So yeah, a lot happened today. It started off a little bit rough. We went out. We didn't really set a time until the very end of the day. We had red flag the first session. We blew the welds on the intercooler the next session. Plasma Man came, took it, welded it up with their shop, brought it back. Just a whole bunch of fun stuff happened. The last session we went out. After that, I think it was session number 3, and I had a missed shift 3 to 4 on the front straight, and it ended up taking 1.5 seconds to shift. So theoretically, I was on a 25, but it didn't happen. And the shootout, we were down, we went off track, we had a lot of fun, and we didn't better our time. I didn't come here to put down a super fast time, I came here to have fun. And at the end of the day, that's what I did. I had a blast, and we're taking home the win. I mean, I'm being told I'm the first American to win Pro-Ams, which is crazy to think. This was a blast. I'm so stoked to come back. I guarantee you're going to see this car back again. I know we can do a 25, and if I can do a 25, I know I can do a 24. And if we do a 24, that means we're taking home the record. So hopefully in 2024, we'll be back.
Hi, I'm Paul Carlson from Garrett Advancing Motion, and we're at the 2023 World Time Attack Challenge in Sydney, Australia. The Garrett turbochargers really suit track vehicles really quite well, so you do see them going a little bit towards going for Garretts that you see out there, and there's plenty of cars racing this weekend with Garretts on. Being involved with the drifting, first of all, it's good to give back to the community. So here we are, we've got a chance here for the Garrett International Drift Cup that they can get out there and they can show their wares and what they've been doing, what they've been practicing and that. And by supporting that, supporting the teams, it helps the sport for sure. As you know, your vehicle, the S14, we've got the Garrett on there and we support your team on that. As well as we've got Ferris's Corvette that we've brought out from the US. We purposely brought that out. Garrett sponsored him to bring that vehicle out. He was really doing well in the US and the US Garrett team was supporting him and he was breaking lap records, and so we thought, hey, come down to Australia and just show what the Garrett vehicle and Garrett turbochargers can do down here. And then there's also Mike with the Ferrari with the K24 that we support in the US. He's down as well. And so yeah, there's a lot of vehicles here that we particularly support this weekend. Feedback is so important at any level, and so of course with on Formula One, the 24-hour Le Mans, right down to here to the drifting, talking to the teams and what they're getting out of it, and also we can help them as well with the challenges that they're having. Sometimes there may be a particular tuning problem with the vehicle, and it could come down to the turbo. So by getting that feedback, we can then come back and give them more information as to what they could change on the vehicle to get that bit more out of it as well.